live from Los Angeles.
Coming up on NBA Today, how did LeBron and the Lakers move to 13-0 in clutch games? Hear from Luka and LBJ following Los Angeles' win in the Big Easy. Plus, Wemby back in action with a poetic critique of the Spurs' struggles against lesser competition. Hear from San Antonio's star. And Shams, he has the latest on Trae Young's trade market. Which squad is most likely to land the four-time All-Star? NBA Today starts right now. And Trae Young is where we begin our show on this fine Wednesday as we say hello to our senior insider, Shams Charania. Shams, what are you hearing today about Trae's preferred trade destination here?
Malika, Trae Young, the four-time NBA All-Star guard, has the Washington Wizards as his top preferred trade destination. Sources tell me his agents and the Hawks are collaborating on figuring out a trade landing spot. And in the nation's capital, Trae Young would give the Wizards a lead guard for the future. They've got young players. Clearly, they've been rebuilding, but they've got young players that he could build with. And there are relationships that Trae Young has throughout the Wizards organization, specifically with their executive, Travis Schlenk, who drafted Young number 5 overall in the 2018 NBA draft. And so the Hawks now have 3 different paths. One being trading Trae Young by the trade deadline next month. The second path is seeing Trae Young, whether he opts in or opts out of that $49 million player option for next season. If he opts in, he's an expiring contract. If he opts out, that gives the Hawks about $40 million in cap space. So there is traction on a deal. A few days ago, it was agents and players and teams talking, but now there is traction in these trade conversations and his eventual exit out of Atlanta.
All right, so there is not only traction, but there is a top choice where Trae Young wants to go, and that is the Washington Wizards. Shams, thank you. Please do not go too far. We'll check back in with you as this continues to develop. Perk, Chanae, Danny Green here. I don't know if I've ever said on this show, at least in the last 5 years, that Washington Wizards are a top trade destination. But here we are, Perk.
Hey, look, back the Brinks truck up. That's what this about, right? Yes, you're going to a franchise that's going to hand you over the keys, and they've been searching for a quote-unquote star for a minute now. But this is an opportunity for both parties in trade to get max dollars because the Wizards don't have no choice. But I also like the pieces that they have. When we talk about Trae Young, he's a guy that can go out there and get you 25 or 30, but he also is a guy that's going to give you 10 assists and make guys around him better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. He also had Brooklyn on his trade destination in Minnesota, so that's a place that he would want to win. But I'm also thinking he wants to be a place where it's still his team. You know, he wants to win. He wants to obviously get the Brinks truck to back up. But he wants to he's still young enough, still in his prime. He still thinks he can run an organization and be a part of winning, take an organization to the next level.
Yeah, I also think, like, New Year, you get an opportunity to reset, and this is a perfect reset place because he's 27 years old. He's still young enough to be able to have an impact. And let me just tell you, the only way is up. The only way for the Wizards is up.
For Washington.
And also, you think about it, like, his skill set to make other people better, he will have the ball in his hands. He will be able to score. Like, this is a perfect opportunity for him to maybe try to do something a little bit better and take his experience in Atlanta. And by the way, like, I like it when it's geographically easy. You know what I mean? Like, go from Atlanta to D.C., it's like, you know, it's not that hard.
Well, in order to make this money work, you would have to think that Washington will have to move on from C.J. McCollum, and we did hear Shams say that this is starting to feel a little bit more imminent. C.J. McCollum has played every single game this year. He is listed as out tonight. Could that be a precursor for this to come even in the next couple of hours?
I've been in those shoes before.
We shall see. How about some shoes that Danny Green's been in before, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's get to them. They were in action last night. The dynamic duo of Luka and LeBron James here, Chanae.
Nasty. Come on.
What a move.
Not fair.
Put the screen.
And then right here, Luka once again, what a find to LeBron James. LeBron drinking from the fountain of youth in this game, Perk.
Oh, my God. Elbows above the rim.
Top of the square.
But I'm loving the little boosie fade he got.
This right here is the That's So Raven. You're crazy with the boosie fade. You're crazy.
That's an unbelievable pass right there.
Even Luka says, you know,
this right here was the IQ.
Well, this is how you
With the windmill?
Nah, that's a little ceiling fan.
He just needed like 20
That's a little ceiling fan.
Not the big deal.
It's been like 30, but that's okay. All right, where do we go? This one was a little close for comfort down the stretch here. LeBron, he's been adding that deep three to his bag over the last couple of years. Gets that one to go. And then here, Marcus Smart. I'm sure that was exactly what he meant to happen.
Like how they drew it up. Right.
The circus shot there by Luka Doncic. And then A minute later here,
Too small.
4-point game.
Too small.
LeBron James gets it inside. The Lakers starting to pull away here, trying to put the finishing touches here on the New Orleans Pelicans.
Shot of the night. Shot of the night.
I mean, that's what Luka do. He's leading the league in scoring.
Made sure to remind the fan who had said just before the shot that he was trash. He said, "What did you say?" And I don't think he had anything to say after that.
How you like them apples?
Los Angeles gets the win. Let's take a listen to how it sounded after the game.
We don't need to bend this game. Luka is 20, what else? 27? 20. It's our 27-year-old franchise with this ball. Because we don't need to bend this game. It's up to us to bend our game around him and figure it out.
He's been absolutely amazing. You know, just helping me out, helping others out. You know, being super efficient on the field goals. But at the end of the day, it's LeBron, you know. He can do anything, so just really appreciate him. Like I said, when we out there, you know, I think we're playing better with each other game by game, and this is just gonna be improving more.
Oh, how sweet. There's some high praise from LeBron and Luka and vice versa, but they really kicked it into high drive here. Fourth quarter, they combined to score 18 of the Lakers' 32 points. By the way, that is more than the entire Pelicans team scored in the final frame of the game. So the Lakers' dynamic duo, they need a treatment from our dynamic duo. Chanae, what you seeing here?
Let's go. It's been a minute since we've gone shot for shot. Big bro, little sis. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you in next time, Danny. Now, you know what's interesting? The Lakers offensively are great because they have options between LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves. They have the potential to be the first trio in NBA history to average 25 and 5, which means when someone takes a backseat, they're good. They can do well all by themselves, those two. But let's really analyze on this play right here why LeBron and Luka work so well. One, LeBron is not running from the smoke here. He's got Zion. It's physical. He's 41 years old. He said, hey, no problem here. He plays through it. This is the pick and roll. He was 7 for 11 in the paint. Most importantly, he sees this. No double is coming, no triple team. He sees the paint wide open. He had 14 paint points. He spins around and says, hey, y'all, you're too small. This is patented LeBron James. When he gets to the rim and also knocks down those signature step-back threes, you know he's feeling good about himself. But if you think about in this time span, the last 5 games, LeBron and Luka, they've been doing well. They've been averaging combined 58 points and over, 15 assists. The numbers are staggering. I know the trio can make history, but right now this duo is doing the dang thing.
They are, and those assists have to come to a big man because we all know that Braun and Luka, they thrive best when they have a live threat and a big that's willing to be a star in his role, and that's what DeAndre Ayton did. He asked for more touches. Damn it, he got it. And this is a perfect example of playing with LeBron James. Just sprint the floor, run with force, and snatch the screws out the rim. No floaters, no push shots. Here's another example. Great screen with him and Luka in the high pick and roll. He rolls to the basket. Look at that over the top, down the lane, finishing with authority. DeAndre Ayton, you will get the ball long as Luka and LeBron continue to trust you and you finish at the basket like that.
Also, Perk, you saying that Ayton has switched from going like this to stomping down the floor?
So many notes on that full screen, Perk. I thought those were just your notes that our producers put up there.
I wasn't about to read all that. That was going to take the entire show.
That was a business decision. You, Perk. Let's talk about this, though. That's the good for the Los Angeles Lakers. They're the 3rd seed in the Western Conference right now. However, they're 7-8 against teams that are 500 here. So how are we supposed to look at this Lakers squad here, Danny?
I give them a little grace because it's early.
Oh, come on,
But Perk, we both know, like, February, March, April, you're not battle tested unless you're winning games against those better teams. Below 500, you're supposed to win these games. So it's a good win. You have bodies out. You have Gabe Vincent out. You have Narui's been in and out of the lineup. Austin Reeves, of course, a big piece. So being able to win these games is definitely important. But we know there's going to come a time where you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, we're not who we want to be or where we're supposed to be unless we play against those top teams and win those games against those top 500 groups.
Yeah, but in order for them to win those games, your best players or best player have to defend at a high level. And I'm not asking Luka to be Jaylen Brown or Derek White because physically he's not gifted enough. But I'm asking him to give forth the effort. When your best player is giving forth the effort defensively, everybody else is going to follow. And I think that's the area, or I know that's the area that they need to clean up.
The best players in the game, what number have they rocked typically? What number?
23?
23.
Right? That's where the Lakers are defensively. That has to go up.
Well, we don't know if the best players are going to be on the floor yet for the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. They're on the second night of a back-to-back, but so are their opponent, the San Antonio Spurs. To know where you're going, you need to know where you came from. And San Antonio came from getting Victor back against Memphis. Here's how this one went. Let's pick it up in the third quarter. After Victor missed
that summer action paid off.
Perk, you can do that, right?
He would pull his whole bag.
Just like Perk could do this. Wemby making an impact here off of the bench. With the final seconds of the third quarter here, Cam Spencer drives to the basket, kicks it to Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay,
Cam was great.
JJJ, 21 points in this one. All right, under 5 left in the fourth. Wemby powering his way inside.
Shake to the left.
Keeping his team in it here. But again, notice now the time and the score. Wemby keeping his team in it. But guess what? He's hit his minutes restriction, so to the bench he goes. But that's why you're supposed to get Captain Clutch, right, Shanae?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a game where I was like, okay, the Spurs are going to pull away. They're finding their way. But then again, I said, that man right there had himself a night.
Spencer brothers having a year.
They certainly are. But then 40 seconds here. Once again, the Memphis Grizzlies take a lead in this one. So 10 seconds left here. The San Antonio Spurs down 1. Fox is who you want the ball in his hands.
There was time.
Gets blocked on the jumper by Santi Aldama. Some clutch defense by Aldama there. The Grizzlies win 106-105 in this one. Here's Victor Wembanyama.
We're not at our level, I think it's the maturity level, there's some things we need to figure out. So the good thing is we can match up with anybody and look everybody in the eyes. The bad thing is we look everybody in the eyes and sometimes we should just put people away.
So Victor said the good news here is that we can match up with anybody. But then he said we can look everybody in the eye. The bad thing is we look everybody in the eye. So he's writing Shay's Instagram captions. but really what he's saying here is that we're playing down to our competition, Perk, in a very poetic way.
They are, but I'm not panicking. The reason being, I'm tired of getting, these appetizers of the San Antonio Spurs. I'm tired of the devil eggs. I'm tired of the calamari. You know what I'm saying? I want some cream spinach, some filet mignon. I want the full entree, meaning I want the full size, right? I don't want to see the Spurs with Wemby on minute restrictions, right? I want to see what they look like in a full size of 10 to 15 games where Wemby is able to play 30-plus minutes and they all clicking on all cylinders. That's when I'm going to know. It's hard for a team to be able to gel, but he's right. Don't play down to the level of your competition. This team checks all the boxes when it comes down to having a complete roster.
Yeah, I'm with you, but there's no excuses. They have the depth. They have the pieces. Castle's got to play better. Fox got to play better. They have guys like Vassell and Keldon Johnson. They have the depth. This could be a little, I give them teams grace. Cup final blues, maybe. Like a lot of teams usually trend after the cup downwardly. Knicks have lost 4 in a row. They've hit a kind of a wall. They need to find a way to refresh, but they're good enough to where if they can beat OKC 3 times in the same month, they should be able to beat these teams.
So outside of the Oklahoma City Thunder, who's growing in real time, I think that the San Antonio Spurs have the best young core in basketball. Outside of that core that we've seen just win a championship. Perk, give them some time to cook.
That's what I said.
You can't eat it just raw. You got to, let it cook and marinate.
Okay.
And I do think that what we saw is that they are still a little bit ahead of the schedule. They're going to have to grow into being one of those great dominant teams. Yeah, they have, Castle, what?
Some of these teams, though, they lost Cleveland, Utah,
but
Portland.
Listen,
but that's growing pains, right? Because what
you got your listening skills on today because we're saying the same thing. I'm saying give them time. I want to see the full sample size of Victor being healthy.
Yep.
Right? It's hard to play and put together a string of games when he's on a minute restriction. So I am giving
they're playing it right, though.
No, I am giving them grace, but I will say this, and you know this as well. When it gets to this period, like when you're approaching All-Star break, you got to find that way to continue to grow and trust that process to continue to lock in.
Well, what we do know is that we expect to see Victor Wembanyama, even though he was just back yesterday, on the second night of a back-to-back. So we're going to have more on that game against the Lakers coming up here. And the trade winds are swirling. So now that we know that Trae Young's top destination is the Wizards, our chief meteorologist, Charania, has the latest on the Trae Young forecast. Plus, did anyone have the Celtics second in the East?
I had them top 6.
Jaylen Brown did.
That is very different.
Jaylen Brown.
We're going to talk about Jaylen Brown right after this.